Hi everybody, I don't know if I've got you straight there. Right, I am sorry, I'm a little bit all over the place. I was doing some work on my laptop and totally lost track of time. I don't know what happened there. I am really sorry. But I'm here now, so I'm just going to get you up on the tablet so I can see any comments or anything. How are you having are you having a good day? Are you having a good day? I do hope you're having a good day. You know, so that's pretty cool. It's definitely autumnal, isn't it? It has gone autumnal. Oh, look. There I am. Okay, so now I can see comments and things. Right. Yeah, so I'd planned to come in and have a bit of a tidy up. So this is from my live I did last night. So I'd planned to come in and have... Look at the size of that brush. Huge. I had planned to come in and have a bit of a tidy up before we started this afternoon. But like I say, I've totally lost track of time. Sat at my laptop. So I'm going to be chasing my tail for a few minutes, but I promise it will all be fine. We will come up with something good. What I really wanted to do today, but I think I've put it in a safe place. Oh, here it is down here. Is, did you do the... Here we go, let me just move that out of the way. Hi, Noreen. Did you guys join in with the... Don't know where to put my clip now. Put it up there. With the sort of little book making thing that Louise did last week. Okay, well I did, and I have to say I am making you wibble. I'm sorry. I am very rubbish at foldy things. I really struggle with them. So when I saw that Lou was doing a foldy thing, I really wanted to have a play with it. And I actually managed to do it. So this was Lou making a journal out of, just a little journal, out of card blanks. And I actually managed to follow it. I did get very confused at one stage. But you know, you've got pages you can fold out and do things with. So what I thought I might do today, and what's great about it is you can see it pretty much lies flat. So if you want to work on separate bits, you can. So what I thought I might do today is work a little bit on some of these pages, because it's a really cool thing, and in all honesty, if I could actually make sense of it, I'm sure you guys can. I really struggle. I don't know why. Just foldy things, they just evade me slightly. I wish they didn't, but they do. So that's that. So I'm thinking we have a bit of a play on one of these. So like I said, I am sorry, I am running a little bit behind, but I am going to use some Doodle art stamps today. I'm thinking some dragonflies maybe. I think that might be quite pretty. So let's get those out. But yeah, did any of you guys have a go making Lou's book? I mean, it was so much fun, and like I say, if I can do it, I'm sure you guys can. Because I really struggle with this sort of thing. There's my little bird. I'm struggling to find my little dragonfly. Ah, there we go. So these are my little birds and dragonflies from my doodle art, and I'm just thinking they will look really cool on one of these. Now you can see we do have some glue marks and things on there. But I'm going to have to... Oh, crikey. I've made a mess of nearly all of my blending mats. Fabulous. So I am going to possibly stick some stuff down to start going on there. Journal using, it's my card blank journal that I made with Lou last week. Okay, so if you want to go and have a look, that'll be in the videos, because obviously all the videos here, they stay, so that's wicked, so you can access them anytime you want. But you look, it just sits flat. which is cool. And it's a great way of, you know, starting out, because you can just use your card blanks as well. So I think I'm just going to work on here, on this one, for now. And like I say, I've got a bit of glue excess. So I'm going to go on, I think, with some... right, what is my cleanest blending mat? Probably this one. I say probably, because I don't actually know. What I'm going to do is, because I'm absolutely desperate to try it out. So this is probably one of the smallest books I have to work in. I've got one of the new giant Dina brushes. Look at that. That is a bad boy. It's huge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a go and have a play with that. Let me just grab a palette. Put my paint in. See, I do occasionally do things semi-properly. Not all the time. In fact, if I'm painting, I'll be better on my non-stick craft sheet. Okay. This is the problem with moving brushes. I gessoed last night and that's still sat there. I'm going to put that in some water. Okay, you did waterfall cards ages ago. Yeah, see, that counts as a foldy thing. And honestly, I'm absolutely useless. I've just tipped out loads of cutouts. I'm absolutely useless with foldy things. At the end of the day, we all have our own skill sets, don't we? Things that we find easier and whatever. Yeah, the card foldy thing is honestly, I just really struggle. I can't say why. I just do. So right, I'm going to put some tropical sangria on there, and then I'm going to go with this one's not open yet. Excuse me. Bev, what size have you gone with? My cards were... There were some cards I bought. I think they were Anita's ones, and they're absolutely foul in terms of finish, and they're not really heavy enough. But I was desperate. So, no, it wasn't those ones. What was it? I want to say 5x7, but they don't look that big. Where's my ruler? Honestly, I'm in such a mess. Yeah, they are 5x7. Yeah, if anybody wants to come and clean hideously, it's not even clean, it's tidy, a hideously terrible craft room, do let me know. It'll be socially distanced because I'll run away. Because it's absolutely hideous in here at the minute. Honestly, I'm going to have to spend the evening in here, I think. And it's not that I don't like spending the evening in here. I actually very much do. But that can be part of the problem. I spend the evening in here and then I start making things and playing with things. And what I actually don't do is tidy it up, because I'll get halfway down the heap of stuff that's on my desk. And then I'll be like, ooh, let me just move you a little bit that way. Yeah, and then I'll be like, oh, I forgot I got that. I wonder if it still works. And the rest, as they say, is history. Let me put my stamps over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on with this massive brush. And I'm using my Dylusions Paint, and we're going to go right down the edge. I'm going to create a sort of... Do you remember when I did the ombre a few weeks ago? It's going to be that sort of thing. So you could use your brayer as well. But I'm absolutely in love with this giant brush and really wanted to play with it. And that's all the reason I need. I'm going to lay this Dylusions on. Because what I love about the Dylusions paint is it's pretty wicked to stamp on after. You don't have to worry about it too much. So yeah, that's the Tropical Sangria and the Mango Punch. Okay, so I'm just going to get the excess off of there. No thanks, but you need me to collect Katie. Bless her. I know I'm back at school. Sucks. It's rubbish. Oh. What happened there? Did anyone else just sort of lose me and then I come back? Because my tablet just did. How bizarre. No. I'll go and get Katie. Bless her. Yeah, back at school. It sucks. I don't want her back at school. I want her at home with me. Here we go. So I think that I need a little bit more. It is awesome, isn't it, Steve? I mean, just look at it. It's just doesn't know. My hands are not small by any stretch of the imagination. They're actually quite large. But this brush is just wow. Yeah. So the thing with these fantastic books that Lou was showing us how to make is you can make them with your card blank. So if you've got an excess, say you've found like a stash of them in your craft room while you have been tidying up, for example. Not that I would know. Or, like me, you bought some sort of in an emergency situation and they're not massively great quality, and they need layered, or, you know, they'll need other stuff added to them because they're not really weighty enough for cards, because these aren't. They're just not weighty enough and whatever. You can make your books and then play with them. And because you can layer up and add paper on, because these have got so much space between your pages, you know, you can layer them up. You can add on extra, you could add on your tissue paper, washi tapes, that sort of thing. And it doesn't matter if you've used what I'm going to politely refer to as a rubbish quality card, because you can layer them up and give it extra weight that way. And because you've got that space, it doesn't matter if you add a lot more dimension. So that's pretty cool. Right, so let me give that a quick waft with my heat tool. I need a new heat tool. Have you seen Lou's got one of the new black ones and whatever? They're so quiet. I'm pretty sure mine used to be that quiet. But it's not anymore. Okay. So there you go. And that is dry. That's it. Dry. Awesome. So that's pretty cool. The thing with your Dylusions paint as well, obviously I know I've been using my lovely big brush to apply it today, but it's really good as well if you want to apply it using a blending foam or even a baby wipe. I mean, I know lots of us don't use baby wipes anymore. I don't. I try not to. But I know they're the only option for a lot of people. And in fairness, you know, if you're applying with a baby wipe, you then can use it as another piece for something else. Right, so I'm going to grab some washi tape. I need to get some more, bring some more washi tape home, because I'm using my Formula and Graphs one all the time at the minute, which I absolutely love, by the way. But it is, I'm starting to use it on absolutely everything. I used it on a page last night with the houses. And it is just pretty awesome. What did I do with my bag of extra washi tapes? Now probably isn't the time to go looking, is it? And in fairness, if something falls down, you might just hear a scream and then you'll never hear from me again. So there we are. And it's so clean for now. Is that my brush? Yeah, it is so clean. For now. For now. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some washi tape, and we're going to have put a little up here. Okay, and then I'm going to put some coming in there. Coming in down here. I'm going to rip this one They are really funky colours, and I think this is the weird thing. I like what I always have referred to as bright grunge. So it's sort of mucky crafting, but bright. And that's what I like to do. But I will say, you know, I'm enjoying doing the same with sort of like the new pastel-y colours of Dina's gloss sprays. But the weird thing is, I'm enjoying doing it with the pastel-y colours of Dina's gloss sprays, and then I'm going to the sort of neons of Diane's, and it's just sort of mixing it up, isn't it? Right, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of, make sure that's pressed down. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with, this is Dina metallic acrylic, and this is the gilt. Okay, so I'm just gonna work across a bit too much, really, the edges of my gloss spray, my washi tape. I'm going to pull that in, and then a little at the top. Now the metallic paints are wicked, and they do go with the gloss spray metallics as well. Right, so then I'm going to need, what am I going to need? I think I'm going to go with a multi-stars. Just give that a quick. Like I say, dude, I'm so sorry I wasn't more prepared. I got distracted, as we all do. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with my stars. So I'm going to get my paint palette back over here, and a little bit more tropical sangria. Okay, and then I'm going to, starting down here, we're going to add in a few tropical sangria stars. Okay, now because I do of course advise you wipe or clean your templates off as soon as possible. See, I knew I should have used a sponge. I'm trying to do things in a hurry, that's the problem. That hasn't worked at all. So I'm just gonna dust that out. Actually, I'll add a bit more of that. And this is the cool thing. Funny enough, I was saying this last night. This is the cool thing about art journaling. If it doesn't go exactly how you want straight away, don't worry. Just go back and basically keep going until you like it. That's what I do. Okay. I'm annoyed that didn't work. That's because my fault, because I didn't apply it the right way. How many of you were using your finger with acrylics like they were wax? Yeah? What's wrong with that? Tim Holtz always deemed it the best blending tool you have for things like distress crayons and things. So I see no reason why you can't do it on here. Right. So now, another quick wash with the heat tool to dry those few paints I've just added on the top. Okay. And then we're going to start going in with some of our stamps from here. So like I said, I've got my bird, my doodle art bird, and my doodle art dragonfly, and we're going to start with some of the accessory stamps from there. Okay, so the first one I think I'm going to go with is this vine. Now what I like about this is it's quite, although it's doodly, it is quite, I don't know, natural in how it looks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my VersaFine Clair. I'm going to turn this sideways for this bit. Okay, and I'm going to go on. Whee! Stamp that going up there. And then again. This time I'm going to come down the way. And then this bottom end just here. Okay, so then we're going to start building up our layers. Now because I've used my VersaFine Clair, I am going to dry that in between. Okay. The bird does have boots. He does have boots. Now in the colouring he has little red boots. And he has a little red boots for a very embarrassing story that relates to Sam when she was little. That I won't go into here. But yeah, red welly boots. They're a thing. Not to mention my dad had this fantastic pair of red boots that me and Sam used to fight over, and he wouldn't let either of us have them because we used to fight over them. I mean, for me there didn't need to be a fight, he just needed to give them to me and then it would have been fine, wouldn't it? There didn't need to be a fight at all. So there you are. Alrighty, so oh, something fell down. There's my Christmas at the Tonks' sign. It fell down. That really needs finished. Okay. So now I'm going to start adding in some of these circles. I absolutely love these circles. They're some of my favouriteest stamps. So I'm going to keep... You know what, I'm just going to keep my VersaClair right now. I missed what the Wednesday wow was last night. And in fairness, I didn't actually say what it was last night. And I don't think we've put it on yet this morning. But I know what it is. Okay, so we're going to put those on there. And then I'm going to put on... So I'm just really mixing up the stamps from the bird. I've literally just taken those circles off and lost them. There they are. And they're the ones I'm most protective over because I use them so much, because you can colour them in. You can go through them with a white pen. Yeah, last night we didn't know. We hadn't decided. Sam decided this morning. So it is on now. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, as you're asking, I'm assuming I'm allowed to tell you. The Wednesday wow is the pocket watch and the postcard set. Okay, so what we need now is we need some dragonflies. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and we need to colour these in. Now, to colour these in, we could use our paints. We could use our ink tents. What I want to use is my paint pens that are in a fantastic tin with my distress crayons. At this moment in time, I do not know the location of said tin. And I had it in my hand the other day. Right, that's it. This afternoon, well, this evening. Oh, it's right in front of me. Have you got over the school run yet? No, it was hideous. It was absolutely hideous. You know the whole, shall we say, celebration in a brewery? Yeah, one of them. Okay, so this is my Dylusions Paint pen. And in fairness, I can't remember the last time I used these. So I was fully expecting them not to work particularly well. So that's actually been a pleasant surprise. So this one is bubblegum pink. Because guys, you know what it's like. You have, well, Emma definitely does. You have loads and loads of stuff. And even if you absolutely love it and you fully intend to use it all the time, there are actually so many hours in every day. So it's just getting round to it sometimes, isn't it? You can listen to how stuck some of them are. Can I give you a category? For the pocket watch, that's in art stamps. Okay. I'm going to go around and add in a few of these. What I'm actually going to start doing, so for example, you can see I'm using the pink and the yellow that obviously we've got in the background. I'm actually going to start bringing in some other colours into these as well. Maybe some purples and some blues. And then when I start putting some dragonflies on, we've got that to play with as well. So what have we got here? London Blue. You don't know what I'm on about. You've hardly got anything, and I use it all the time. In your defence, I will concede that yes, you use it all the time because you are an enthusiast, not just for purchase, but also in the usage of your craft materials. I'm just saying that with everything you have, you know, people go, oh, I could open a shop with all I've got. Yeah, Emma could, and that's not including her own stock of her own products. She loves it. See, just adding that blue in, it's just, oh right, okay, so now we're going somewhere else. Where are the circles? These circles are on the bird, the Doodle art bird, right there. So they're on. This is the regular set. There is the XL as well. Okay, so now I think we need a bit of a purple. So you can see this paint pen. You can see how long it's been sat. So we're going to mix that up and see if we can get it to work. Okay. So we're going to keep going. They're just such a useful, they're a really, really useful stamp. Now this, and I think in my defence, guys, you've got to be on my side here. This page is calling out for some white pen, isn't it? Absolutely calling out for some white pen. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plan where my dragonflies are going. I'm going to stamp them, but I have actually got some stamped on my prep board that I am going to use. Where's that gone then? You're hearing that a lot from me today, aren't you? Where's that? Where's that? Luckily, I know a fellow who keeps me well supplied with acrylic blocks, so it's fine. Righty-ho. So we're going to go on here. And we're going to ink this up. You've just bought the bird and the dragonfly stamp. You will not regret it. They're absolutely fab. So I'm going to go here. It doesn't matter if it overlaps slightly, because like I said, I have got 2 that I'm going to stick on, and for example that doesn't matter because I have got 2 I'm going to stick on. I'm just sort of putting these on now so I can see where I'm going and what I'm going to work round, and then I'm going to add a sentiment in as well. Okay, so, and again, these little journals, so this, if you missed me saying earlier, this little journal is made from card blanks that Lou showed us how to do last week. Not necessarily entirely where my strong suit lies, doing anything foldy or cutty and stick togethery, but what can I say? Simsy, excellent shooter. Right, so on my prep board here, I have got 2 dragonflies. So I'm going to put this one on here, and then this one with the blue and the purple on there. And I think that just works. So now what we need is some words, and I'm gonna need to add in a lot more white highlights. And then I'm actually going to try and do something different on this page, because I always seem to be working 2 pages at a time, and I don't want to. I want to learn to do 1 page at a time, which would be good. Something stuck in there. Yeah, I think they are going to live there. It's missing something though. It is missing something. But I'm going to keep going. I don't know what Dave's doing in the kitchen. I am sorry. Right, so here we go. I'm going to keep inking up, and I'm going to stamp this on here. You love the fact I did foldy. I can't believe the fact I did foldy, to be honest. Very, very, very odd. Here we go. And I'm just going to heat on here. It's missing white pen. It really is, isn't it? It really is missing white pen. So, it needs some more. It hasn't got enough on. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to ping those off. It needs more on the background. It's just not done, basically. Right, I'm going to put those back on my board. And it needs some D'Inkables, and it needs some more stampiness, I think. Right, it's a bit too much black on there. We need to bring out the colour, add in some more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my mini archivals out. And we're going to grab some more of our little accessory stamps again. And we're going to start adding in some colour. Now the thing is, because I have gone with this really intense orange and pink and whatever, they are going to need to be greens and blues and all that sort of thing in order to show up, aren't they? So what we're going to do is I'm going to go in with these stripes. We're going to put some blue on. And then we'll go in with some green. And I know what we need to do. We'll grab some D'Inkables. D'Inkables set 2. Here we go. And a couple of oxides, because they will sit beautifully on top. And we'll be able to see them. So there, there, and maybe, what have we got here? D'Inkables set 3 with some spatter. Absolutely fantabulous. Okay. I'm so glad you can't see my desk right now. It's absolutely atrocious. I mean, it's like really, really, really bad. Mortifyingly so, in actual fact. Righty-ho. So we need something a bit brighter. So we'll go with some cracked pistachio maybe. And why is it all of a sudden when you're sort of looking for something not orange, that's all you can see? Some blueprint sketch. And I might go with some wilted violet. Here we go. So Dave the house elf, I think he was putting the dishes away from the washing up. But you know, just sounded rather aggressive. So we're going to add those on top there. That's a bit better. And then some blueprint sketch circles. Yes! You know, Jane Royston is absolutely addicted to circles. Circle D'Inkables, circle Inkables, circle template. Just honestly, whenever she does her shows for us, it's got to have a circle on it somewhere. She absolutely loves a circle. She thinks they add to what you're doing and they help finish it off. And now I'm going to have to admit she's right. So just to mix it up, I'm going to add in a few distressed diamonds as well. I think I might need a new wilted violet soon. Oh, now then. That's very good. Excellent. Right. So, where's my white pen? We'll put my... I've literally just broken my dragonfly's tail off. Is most bad. Okay. I'm going to need a little collage medium. Perhaps Dave's thinking of tidying my room. Well, it did sound like he had a JCB, so you know, you never know. Because I think that's what he'd need. JCB, get in, take it all out. Okay, and then take our sentiment. So these are some of the ticker tapes, which are fab. So that looks amazing. Oh, thank you, my lovely. I have to say, it's not exactly what I had in my head, but that rarely happens anyway, truth be told. Exactly what I'm thinking of, because even when I'm doing demos that have been completely planned from start to finish and whatever, occasionally I actually forget a bit anyway, so then I have to sort of work outside the particular box. Okay, so it'd be silly, be fun. Oh, be different. Be you. Okay, which I'm just going to put under there. I think the ticker tape works so well with the doodle art as well. I've lost that to my collage medium. That's right there. I am so sorry. I mean, I'm being particularly airy-fairy today, aren't I? Even for me. That's one of those phrases. Should I say that? Is that a bad one? Is that an insulting one? It definitely wasn't intended to insult anyone apart from me. Right. So I'm going to go around here with my white pen. And we're just going to add in some highlights because I think it just needs it to elevate. Some of the outside bits. So I'm going to put some right in here. And then you could do these highlights with acrylic paint if you wanted to. As well. How do you decide where to highlight? I don't. I just sort of attack it. I think that bit looks like it needs a bit. Honestly, I don't give it any more thought than, oh, let's throw a bit there. Because this is the thing as well. If you were doing this in a journal, I mean, this would be a fab card front as well. You know, you could layer it up. Brilliant card front. Excuse me. But I don't. Honestly, it's just a case of whizzing round and whatever. And if you don't know where to start, say you want to add some white pen in and you don't know where to start, okay, but you're thinking, yeah, I definitely want to do that. Start yourself with a faux stitch or something around the outside, okay? So just start doing yourself either a little faux stitch around the outside, or like I did up here, just add in some little dots. This is where the doodle, specifically the doodle art stamps, they have quite a bit of doodling on them, but there is gaps, okay? And the reason for that is in case you want to add more and make it more your own doodly style. So for example, the white dots on these dragonflies here, that's not a mark on the stamp, that's something I've added in after, okay? So on these vines, there's some black dots, but what you can do, there isn't any dots there, so you can add on some white ones if you want. There isn't any dots there, so you can add on some white ones. I do tend to work in odd numbers though. Okay, so it's 3 or 5 or, you know, unless there's too many to count, of course. So I'm just going to carry on and I'll do that faux stitch all the way around. And what I also like to do is with a black fine liner is do sort of like a loose sketch around the outside. So, and just sort of scribble around the outside with, like, not even trying to make a straight line. Hold on, let me get you one so I can show you what I mean. Yeah, so no, not that one. Yeah, so that's got a black faux stitch around the outside. That's the one we did last week. And then that's got a white dots around the outside. And then that one's just sort of got a scribbly border. So, you know, there's lots. That one I did, that's doodly art as well. So it's up to you how you want to finish that off. And whatever. But honestly, try not to think about it too much, because you will actually create more of an apprehension of what you're doing. Whereas your art journaling, I would say, out of any of your paper crafts, is the one that's supposed to be the most freeing, the one that's supposed to be the most loose, for want of a better description. Okay, so for example there, I've gone on the top of there, but I've turned this round, so I'm going to go here on these. The whole point is you're not trying to create a light source, so don't worry too much about that. It is literally just accenting some bits to pull them forward, if nothing else. So yeah, we'll add on a few more white circles here, a few more white circles here. And this is one of these things I will come back to. I will go back to journal pages that I thought were long since finished and add in extra bits. Because as long as you're having fun, it doesn't matter. You know, it's not, oh, well, if I wanted to do a new journal page and I've been adding to my old one. It doesn't matter. Add to your old one. We do it all the time, honestly, with new... you know, when new things come out, you know, I thought when you get a new thing of glossy accents, so you go around and add glossy accents to everything that you thought was finished. And then you realise it isn't. Okay, so these sentiments here, in all honesty, they feel like they're just sort of sitting in midair, and I don't like it. So what I would do is I would get, I'm going to grab one of my highlighters, my fine liners. I want one that's not too narrow. I want it to be reasonably broad, but not too broad. I know what I want. There we go, number 3. Okay, so what I'll do there is I'll go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that one's getting another one because it didn't pick up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and now that it's a bit more like they're there on purpose, in my opinion. Obviously, you guys don't have to add that if you don't want to. This is just to show you. You know, what we're always here for, especially on Crafting Together, is to show you how we use what we have. And then you can take that and play with what you have. And take the bits you like, ignore the bits you don't. We won't be offended, it's absolutely cool. You know, take those bits you like, ignore the bits you don't, and enjoy what you have. And definitely, please, 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 it's something we say a lot and we mean it. We really do mean it. Make sure you're sharing what you make because we really want to see that too. And if there's anybody you would like to do a demo on here, get in touch or get them to get in touch. Okay, if you'd like them to do a live on Crafting Together. And also, or if there's any demoer you know and you think, well, why do they never show us that? Again, let us know or let that person know and we'll be sure to add it in because we are doing our lives because we like sharing what we do with you guys. So if there's anything in particular you'd like to see, sorry, just adding in more circles, it's that Jane Royston. So you get circles in your head and then off you go. You can't do too many. You know, please let us know because we like it. Okay. It really finishes and defines your work. Look, thank you for explaining. I end up going overboard. I end up going overboard too. When I'm doing live, Sarah, I usually stop when I see a message pop up from my mother that says, Bev, stop. Because you're going too far. So that's the only time I generally stop. Because I can just keep going. But I don't see a problem with that. Because I don't know if you watched Dina Wakley when she was on. Dina's very less is more with her pages. She doesn't overload them. I overload them a lot. Because I like it. And that's fine. Because your art journaling is for you. So you have to like it. And if you don't, you're not finished. Keep going. Add something on. And if it gets to the stage where you're like, I literally can't add anything more to this and I can't make myself like it, then all you need to do is gesso over the top and start again. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Like Louise says, you know, it's all about sharing your projects online. That's what we like. So I'm just thinking, I need a little bit of green. So I'm going to go around all my leaves on the vines and put a little bit, might even add a little bit extra in, of green. Yeah. Oh, sorry, somebody asked. These are the Dylusions Paint pens. And they're wicked because they're you can do this with your Dylusions paint if you've got a really fine brush. That's absolutely cool. But I am nowhere near tidy enough for that. One could argue because I don't even try. And I'm just going to add in a few more swirlies. That's the other thing you can do with your stamps. Add bits in. So I've got a vine here, so if you want to add in, I'm going to colour in those leaves and add in a swirl here, add in a swirl there. Okay, so you can really just keep going until you love them. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to keep attacking this with pen, and then I'm going to mask this off, and might even do a little bit of a green faux stitch along there. Oh yeah, that's quite cool. So I'm going to keep on adding in faux stitches and accent dots with my paint pens and my white pens. So if you haven't checked out Lou's mini book from Card Blanks tutorial that she did last week, that's how the book itself was created. Okay. And they're wicked for adding in anything else you might want to. Okay, definitely. So thank you very much for joining me this afternoon, guys. I will post a picture when I have finished messing around with it. So go and make something and make sure you share it in the group. Thank you. Bye.